Well, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. I'm here with my friend Easton Evans from the Caster Society to talk to you guys about a huge Metazoo announcement today. Easton, why don't you tell them what it is? Why don't you announce it on the channel? I think this is sweet, and you guys have been doing so much for the community. I'd love for you to be able to share it with my community.
Well, the huge announcement is Metazoo announcing the 250K, and if you count up all the sealed product, maybe even a 300K event that was about to be held on the 28th and 29th of May at Dallas Collecticon.
Yeah, awesome. $250,000 in prize support. We'll hop into all of it, but I know you guys at the Caster Society have been eagerly awaiting an announcement like this. I know it's been a lot of conversation in the more competitive side of the community of people excited for this announcement. So it's really cool that it finally came out. Do you want to? How do you want to do this? You want to go through the announcement first, and then we can talk about what you guys have been doing to plan it, or you want to talk about what you guys have been doing? Let's do the announcement first.
Yeah, let's do the announcement
first.
Let's go through probably the best. Yeah.
We didn't plan this at all, everyone, because this was news to me. I didn't know about it until today. So
and you know how Mike is. He'll drop something and he might delete it, and it's there, and it's in the Discord, and it's stagnant. So that means that it's there. We can talk about it and chat about it. So for sure.
Yeah, so this was posted in Discord, on Facebook, and on Twitter. I would anticipate that they will have some stuff on the website by the end of the day or something. We'll see where else it is, but we'll leave links if we can in the comment section. So 250K announcement at Dallas Collecticon. So we've had all these Collecticons. You guys recently, we all had an event at the last Orlando Collecticon. Correct. When's the next Collecticon?
I think it's Orlando. I think they have a couple of conventions in between, like the Hodag convention in like Florida and a couple others. But the next big one is Collecticon Dallas, and I think it's speaking towards them kind of putting like their premier events at these Collecticons or these larger tournaments.
Yeah, super cool. So in May 28th and 29th, there's going to be a $250,000 Metazoo tournament. So all of those that say that nobody plays the game, I think we'll probably see some people show up for a $250,000 tournament. That'd be my guess.
Oh, seriously. I'm not going to lie to you. I've looked on my Facebook friends, and they've like a couple of people have shared it because it's a huge announcement. And I've seen some ringers, some real dogs, some real savages in the TCG world perk their eyes up or put the little Apple emoji eyes, just like I think there is going to start butting in and bringing in a lot of new players. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, I love this dynamic where the Metazoo community has been primarily a lot of collectability in the last year, and then you guys have had the Caster Society, which has been doing an amazing job of creating some local or some online play, but also some local play in Dallas. And now we have like the culmination of both of those worlds at a Collecticon, where there's a massive tournament space and that kind of thing. So
for sure.
So go ahead.
Yeah, I had to cut you off. I was gonna say within Caster Society, I think that as a whole, we've done a really good job of kind of helping try to push along the competitive play in the sense of bringing in the meta and like evaluating and building up the decks that are being played amongst everybody. But also the most crucial portion of the 250K is being eligible to play in it, and you have to play in a sanctioned event.
Yeah. So that's a huge point that is at the bottom here of this announcement, is that all participants must have formally participated in an official physical Metazoo tournament. Yes. And online tournaments do not count towards this requirement.
Correct.
I know you guys have been doing online tournaments. What are your thoughts on that?
I understand the strategy. I mean, it makes it to where players can badger their store owners and local tournament organizers to get a metazoologist, bring Metazoo in, have an event. It doesn't have to be a big event. It just has to be a sanctioned event, which means you have to have a metazoologist present at the event and get the game at the stores. Because if it's strictly just an online event, if that's a way that you can qualify for it, it doesn't really help kind of push the local game stores and kind of also with the local game stores getting their event boxes and kind of like their release event product. I think it'll help push the game forward in the way that we want it to.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think there's been some conversation about this, and I don't know any other TCG that has like a pro qualifier that is on like able to be
Mhm.
done online. And so like this seems like a pro qualifier, right? Like
Right.
it's like a first pro qualifier kind of for Metazoo, and this is those events. So I think this is really cool. I know for myself, like I run a local game store. I was like, oh
Mhm.
man, like all right, time to get on this and like start doing local, scene and start hosting an event. Like I think I'm gonna try to do that. So
Oh, yeah, for sure.
super cool.
And I think it's also gonna help push in, um it'll be an easy transition for whatever local product they have for the game stores, because I think that that's where you build your base. It's not, I mean, I think the ecosystem of the collectors, the distributors, and the players, like we all need each other. Like I always
Yep.
say, a rising tide raises all boats. So if we all need each other in some form or fashion, and right now I think that there is, and I clearly by there being, you have to have a sanction, be at a sanctioned event. It's an emphasis, they're emphasizing that, hey, you need to be at local game stores, or at least if you're wanting to play, talk to your store owners, badger them, get them to
Yeah.
get a store, I guess a metazoologist, and get it going from there.
Yeah, for sure. If you're a local game store, start working on that for sure. Because you're gonna have there's a lot of work that goes into getting a mesozoologist and all that stuff. So like don't delay. You got 2 months basically to get an event in. It's plenty of
Right.
time. But so first place gets $101,000.
Yeah, I like the
Like hilarious.
specificity.
I'm sure that there's got to be some event that was like $100,000 where Mike was like, no, let's beat it. $101,000.
I will give you the heads up about the last item on the list, because that's the cherry on top. That's the little like think.
The egg
The
flush?
Yes.
Is there something in the egg?
No. I think that with the egg plush, it's because a lot of the players were so busy playing in the event,
Yeah.
they couldn't get the plush the last time. So he's like, hey, everybody gets an egg plush that plays in an
Oh,
event.
at the very end. That's cool.
And let's also think about it like this. It also gets your collectors who may not really have a genuine interest in just naturally TCGs, but they might open up a release deck or do something, and hey, I can guarantee myself getting a plushie or something of the such.
Yeah. So first place gets tons of stuff, travel expenses covered, winner hat, all that stuff. You guys can go check out this if you're interested in seeing the exact prizes. I'm curious from your perspective, what do you anticipate? We're gonna have Wilderness is gonna come out. It's gonna kind of completely shift up the meta. Do you anticipate that we don't have formats here yet? Unless
Right.
Do we know the formats?
No. But he did say in a MetaZoo Power Hour that it would be wacky. So I'm assuming that it
Yes.
might be something along the lines of some crazy Terra format, or it being something like Blitz, which is I think they announce it 30 minutes before the actual tournament starts, and then you build your deck there on live at person, which would be kind of cool. To be honest.
Yeah, and this is where I think Metazoo has such a unique experience and opportunity in the TCG world. Like, I think at these conventions typically, so there's some major ones going on right now, and there's one big room, right? And there's
Mhm.
you've been there. There's
Yeah.
100 tables, and you're sitting in one room with 100 tables, and you're playing your games and whatever. I think Metazoo has this like crazy experience for like, what if there were multiple rooms, right? Like, what if there were multiple rooms and different fourth wall effects in the room,
Uh-oh.
and you got like, just like stuff like that. Like you could have a giant volcano in the center of the main room, and like nobody knows what it is until you walk in the door.
And
like
everything could be constantly changing. I was gonna say, Louis, were you ever a fan of the Yu-Gi-Oh show?
No, but I watched
Okay.
Pokemon. Does that count?
It's almost the same thing. You know how whenever they had like in Gen 1, like when they went to Brock's gym, and then they
Yeah.
had the gym leader battles, and the terrain would change.
Yep.
Well, in Yu-Gi-Oh, they had something similar called the Duelist Kingdom, and it was like, oh, well, you're in this arena, this field spell, it boosts all your creatures by this much. I think that could be really, really cool, and also get a lot of people to talk about it.
And here's the thing, I know the argument from the comment section will be it makes it less competitive, but I actually think that it makes it a little bit like you have to be able to build your deck in the moment. You have to show
Right.
up with the cards to build your deck in the moment for something like that. I think that could be really, really super cool, and I'm sure like it would also be fine if they just a
If
regular
they do
meta.
standard,
And I'm sure there will be events that are all sorts of those things, but for
for
me,
sure.
I would much rather play in one of those wacky events that's like
Same.
fun. Like I'm gonna go and I have a chance at winning $100,000 Probably not. At least I'll still have a good time.
No,
Yeah.
Louis, I see all the cards in the back. I see the collectibles. You have the mind for it. You just put in the time, the practice. You
That's what I
join
don't
in.
have.
No.
It
I was
takes
gonna say,
takes
Cast
far less.
Society season 2. A couple games, and then you can hop off, go to sleep. Just play in season 2. You'll be familiarized with a lot of the cards and a lot of the different interactions. So I do think a lot of people should try to hop in season 2, because a lot of the players that did well in Orlando played in season 2, played in the top 8 tournament. So I do think so.
Yeah, so that's it. We'll leave a link to the Discord server too for Caster Society
Okay,
in
for
the
sure.
bottom of this too. But yeah, that's great. So I have a Fearless Critters deck that
Yes.
I have played quite a bit against my buddy Robbie, who plays the Lightning deck, the Quetzalcoatlus deck.
Okay.
And it's amazing. As soon as he sideboarded, I was screwed. I beat him in 10 games straight.
Uh-huh.
And then we were like, there's got to be a sideboard, answer to this. We looked it up, and sure, I don't remember what the card was. We haven't played in a couple weeks, but we looked it up, and he put the sideboard card, and I lost the next 3 games.
Oh, it was a Squink. It was the Squink. Yeah, the Squink.
Yeah. I lost the next 3 games, and like I never took the time to look up what the sideboard was to add it on my deck, and like I love that because it means that there's answers for that stuff. Because Fearless Critters was cool, and like that's where I start seeing this this, man, if you had these different areas of the, you had to build. I think it was Ask Me Anything, but also on an interview I did with Mike once, he was talking about having different like locations within the tournament too, where it kind of,
these tables, this number has this tier active. This number has this tier active. I think that means that you as a player have to be more prepared than ever. I think that a lot of people, right now we don't have the cards yet, because even with Kevin with R&D, I think he said it, that maybe I think UFO or even the set afterwards will be draftable and sealed, so you'll be able to, so that'll be really cool, and that'll add another level and element of competitiveness, but we don't have that now. So how do you change up the variants? Well, you have these table 1 through 5. Oh, you have forest tier active. 6 through 10, you have daytime active, and if you the odds be in your favor.
Or even at the beginning of the event, you get randomized into one of the 4 rooms, right? That is a different, and then you play your half of your first cut of the tournament in those rooms, and then it gets, the top 2 people from those 2 rooms get cut to the top 8 or whatever it is. Top 4 people get cut to the top 16. And you have like different experiences that mean that you have to, in the fly, build your deck and deal with the consequence. It's like when you're it's like bringing trading card games into the real world, right? Like when you go outside to play baseball and it's windy, and I don't play baseball, but the wind's coming. I played baseball in high school. The wind's coming in. You can't hit a home run because the wind blows. So you have to start hitting ground balls. You have to adjust. You have to adjust your game plan. When the Super Bowl, when does the Super Bowl happen? It's in February, right? When it's snowing at the Super Bowl and it's not under a dome, you have to play your run game. If your team is really good at passing, you have to play your run game.
You have to be skillful. You have to be skillful, and you have to be able to be adaptable and I guess fluid in that sense, because that's what the game was built on. It wasn't built on this is one way and it has to be done this way. It was built on the fourth walls. That was the coolest thing to me, was because living in Austin, we have a volcano, like a guys. What's the vault? What is the thing?
Who
called?
Else is there? Bring them in here.
Arthur, and Dan. Y'all come here real quick. They want to see.
Hey, I don't have anybody to talk to. That's not fair.
What's the whatchamacallit? What's the volcano? Oh, Arthur and Dan.
What up, Arthur?
The legends are here. So what is the volcano vault here in Austin? The little volcanic thing that's not too far away.
Man, my music just started.
What is it? We got the music playing. Either way, there's like a volcano that's literally technically a volcano 5 miles away from Austin, and I played Lava Bear, and Lava Bear says if you're within radius of the volcano, it gets an additional 100 damage, I think. Huh? Pilot knob is like a volcanic, like
Yeah.
I don't think it's active, but it counts. So I was like, whoa, Lava Bear gets like a plus 100 boost for a 1-drop. So
So
it's like
everyone
perfect.
who's planning to play at the 250K, make sure you bring a Lava Bear, because
Yes,
it's
you
going to be within 5 miles or within the
you
radius.
never know. You
So you got to do
never
that,
know.
and that's great, and it changes the meta based on where it is. I love that goes back to the kind of Pokemon feel of like the different arenas. Like when you went into Misty's in Pokemon Red, when you went into
Yeah.
Battle Misty, you knew you're going to be playing a bunch of
Wa-
water Pokemon, so you put your Pikachu up there. Like, it's fun. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that experience.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have everybody down there. Everybody's gonna be preparing, like I said, in season 2. I think that's the best place right now, outside of like local games shops and stores, to get ready for the tournament and the events going on. So we're just like excited because this is huge, like really huge.
Yeah, and you guys are going to be having I think I saw on a Discord somewhere, you guys are going to be having a qualifier. Is it that weekend before? Like basically, so if is that the idea?
What the plan, either the week before or the week of, that will be
Okay.
the plan of what we're gonna do going forward, and maybe even stuff coming towards that weekend, towards the 250K, having events that will kind of help get people in different regions that might not have access to certain to local game stores or to sanctioned events, to help kind of push those people over the finish line.
That is awesome. So I will leave the Discord link in the comment section of this video. So I'm sure that's how you guys will announce that.
Oh,
And then
yeah,
we'll
for sure.
try to do some stuff with that. If you're local to West Virginia, maybe we'll have an event. But so the 3 of you
You
can
never
play.
know. There's a lot of cryptids there. I
No,
think
we got Mothman. I still want to do a Mothman tournament with you guys over the Mothman Festival in September.
I think that we can
which
make
is-
that happen.
it's
I
like
think we can make
40
that happen.
It's like 40 minutes away from me, so we could do a tournament, and then like the next day everybody go to the Mothman Festival. Maybe
Yeah.
we could, figure out something like that. So
Wait, where's the Bunny Man Bridge?
that is in New York, I believe.
In Virginia, New York. We gotta go do that too. We gotta go there too.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Like a tour, like a Caster Society tour where you guys go to all the major. It'd be sweet. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, and we play a game, maybe virtually or physically. We play a game at these haunted places and have like heart rate monitors. I think that would be really, really cool.
That would be sick.
I think that would be really cool. And we
Wow,
have to do that.
That went in a totally different direction.
It's all for the content. It's all for the content.
There you go. Well, cool. Anything else you want to say about the event?
No, I'm just thankful that with HQ really doing right by everybody and really putting in a lot of time and effort and allowing, there to be a place to play, one, have great prizes too, and then really listening to everybody's wants and needs. I think that is really good. Outside of that, just if you're trying to get ready, trying to get prepared, test your decks out on season 2 of Caster Society. It is probably the premier place to get prepared and ready to go for the 250K and ongoing events.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I appreciate you guys. Keep up the good work, and maybe we'll see you in Dallas.
Oh, for sure, Louis, and thank you so much.
See you guys. Bye.
Yeah.